Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. I'll be making this shamrock or clover cane today. The basic supplies I used: roll out some glow-in-the-dark clay or white-colored clay. You can use the thickest setting on your pasta machine. And then some green clay, also rolled out on the thickest setting of your pasta machine. Cut both of them into a square shape, roughly the same size. Cut them in half diagonally. And then flip them over onto themselves, so you'll end up with a thick triangle. Place the two halves together, offsetting slightly. It'll look like a square with a tail on each side. Now put it through your pasta machine going this way to lengthen it. Do this on the thickest setting. Now fold it over on itself. Green to green, white to white. And then on your thickest setting, run it this way through the pasta machine. And then you'll fold it in half again. And run it through the pasta machine in the same direction. And then you'll keep going until it is well blended. And this is mine. You'll want to lengthen it now, so you'll put it through the pasta machine going this way, starting at your thickest setting and going down one setting at a time. I went down to about a 4 on my pasta machine. Any thinner and it would have gotten all ripply and distorted. I'll make a second one during this video and you'll see what I mean. And now you'll just want to roll it up. And you'll want to do this kind of slowly as to not get any air bubbles caught in between the clay. And once you have it rolled up, you're going to want to start to reduce it and to remove any air bubbles. You can do this by squeezing it between your fingers and rolling it on a flat surface. You want to slice it into 6 even length sections. I do this first by cutting it in half and then cutting each section into 3 equal length parts. And then you're going to want to take each section and make it into a teardrop shape. And you can just do this by simply pinching one end until it is flat. And you'll want to do this with all 6 sections. Okay, now that I have all 6 of my sections into teardrop shapes, I'll take 2 of them and place them together. And then make sure they line up pretty good. And then I'll start pinching the ends together so that they're stuck together. You could also use this method to make a little heart cane. You'll repeat with the other pieces so you end up with 3 sections stuck together. And this is the basis for the clover. I'll take one of my sections and wrap it. I'm using the glow-in-the-dark clay that I used earlier. And you'll wrap it on each side of the little heart shape. Don't put any on the top. And now to make the stem, you can take a little bit of green clay and flatten it on one side. It'll kind of look like a small little teardrop shape. And you'll want to make sure it fits inside of your clover. And you can just do that by placing it inside and seeing if it fits. And if it doesn't, you can just flatten it a little bit more. And when you have it the way you want it, you're just going to take one of your sections and then cut it to the same length. And then I'm going to take my stem and I'm going to also wrap it in that glow-in-the-dark clay. And I did not cover the end. I will do that in a moment. And then you'll just want to fit your stem back into your clover. And then just start taking pieces of the glow-in-the-dark clay and rolling them into little snake shapes. And then we're going to fit these into the grooves. You can use your tools or tissue blade to get everything into place and fit it down into the little grooves. And now that I have everything fitted into place, I'm going to take a large sheet of the glow-in-the-dark clay and I'm going to wrap it around. And then I'm going to squeeze out the air bubbles and roll it to reduce it a little bit. And I'm going to make a second Skinner blend using some glow-in-the-dark clay and this gold-colored clay. Again, I'll cut it into squares, and then cut them in half diagonally, and then flip them over on top of each other. And then I'll run it through the pasta machine to lengthen it, going this way, not this way, so that again, I will end up with a long strip. And you'll notice the little wibbly lines. I did go down one notch too far on my pasta machine, and then you get these little wibbly lines. And then carefully roll it up. And then reduce it into a long, thin snake. And then I'll take my Skinner blend and wrap it in some glow-in-the-dark clay. And here it is. And then I'll need to make it into even length sections, the same length as my cane. And then start reducing it. And then I'll cut off the wonky ends. And I did decide to wrap it in some clay. I thought it would look nice. I'm going to wrap it in this light green colored clay. And then again in this gold colored clay. And then roll it and join everything together. And then you'll cut off the ends. And this is my cane. My husband says it kind of looks like a palm tree. And he kind of does. But I kind of like it. It's abstract and a little fun. Kind of like me. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!